What's up, guys? Dr. Mo here, digital nomad physician at digitalnomadphysician.com. If you need help with your particular situation, go to digitalnomadphysician.com/consult. Book a session there with me, and I'm happy to talk about your particular situation. So, a topic that comes up quite a bit, is a bit of kind of like, how do I get myself out there? I have this idea, I have this thing, and I kind of want to do it, but I'm reluctant, I'm hesitant, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do it. And to me, the main issue, the main hesitation for a lot of physicians is that kind of perfectionism mentality that whatever it is that they do, it has to be perfect, otherwise it's not worth doing. I don't have a lot of that, as you guys can see from the quality of these videos and the content I write. I'm just trying to be myself. I really feel that when I'm talking to you guys, this is how I talk to my friends. This is how I talk to my girlfriend. This is kind of how I am on a day-to-day basis. Maybe I'm controlling a little bit how fast I talk and how many ums and ums, and I put in the middle. I'm not picking my nose. There's some things that I'm trying to do to be as professional as possible, but for the most part, I am trying to be myself. I feel comfortable being myself. And so if you can get rid of the perfectionism, if you can stop fearing what somebody else is going to think of you, what another physician is going to think of you, or try to not imagine the worst case scenario, then you can suddenly be yourself. Now, there are some things that you can do to try to make it a little bit easier. So for example, I try to set up a good environment for me to record a nice video, a good lapel mic to sound a little bit better. But these aren't big investments. This is my regular laptop. The lapel mic was $30 and the light was already here. So I didn't do a lot. I just moved my laptop a little bit closer to the light to create something that is of value to the next person that's going to listen to this. So here's one good bit of advice, something that I try to live by or do follow. When you create one piece of content, try to think of it as, what is the value of this to somebody else? Now, this may not work for all of you, but it really works for me. Like, I want the things that I'm doing to matter. And I don't know if that's good. Maybe that's going to make me suffer in the long run. But if I'm creating something online, I don't want it to be shit garbage. I don't want it to be clickbait. I'm not trying to impress somebody else. I'm not trying to make it as much money as possible. That's not my intention. My intention is for this to reach that one physician who is hesitant and reluctant and shy and timid and maybe even afraid to create some content, to do something with himself or herself publicly that really could help a lot of people. If that physician is too shy, that physician's not going to be as impactful as possible. My goal is to just elevate our brand as physicians, is to have us reach more people, to be of more help. I don't feel like I was of a lot of help to patients when I was at Kaiser Permanente, because a lot of patients would come in and go. It felt like it was a revolving door. Yet another UTI antibiotic. I couldn't really refer people to where I wanted to. This is not to say anything bad about Kaiser. It's to say that I didn't have the impact that I wanted. Here on this channel, in a way, I feel really impactful, because the physicians who are watching my content, they're interested in freedom. They're interested in independence. They want to be able to do what they want to do, how they want to do it, when they want to do it, for the price that they think is fair, right? So they want to still be doctors, but they don't want to get stuck at Kaiser Permanente, at Dignity Health, at Cleveland Clinic, stuck in a windowless office, seeing patients that they may not really connect with. They want to see their own patients. They want to do their own thing. Maybe they want to do some healthcare consulting. Maybe they want to do some health coaching. So that's the kind of people I want to reach. And because that matters to me, I feel connected to that person. And because I can imagine that physician on the other side, the content I create means something to me. So I can actually get up and get past my own insecurities and fears, etc., and just create this video. Something that I've heard a lot is that people say, well, like, I'm going to get a lot of slack. There's going to be a bunch of like negative things that someone's going to say. So let's say you create this video, let's say you create a post somewhere online and somebody rips you apart. You don't know shit. You don't know what you're talking about. You're an idiot. Your nose is big. You're bald. You're this, you're that. First of all, what are you going to do? There's not a lot. You're never going to prevent people having their opinions. But if you reach that one person and it matters to you and it matters to them, then you did everything possible. I can go out for a walk in nature and there might be a really loud crow yelling in my ear, or even a bird dive bombing me, or there might be a, I don't know, bear somewhere like half a mile away, and I'm afraid to even continue going. So even in the most beautiful, serene space, you can you can encounter some shit. You can it could be hard going. But if my goal is to be out in nature, if my goal is to go for a walk, to connect, the forest bathings, to connect with the plants and the earth and the light and the whatever, then me going for a walk and being out in nature, I accomplished that already. Even if there is some hiccups, some negativity, the rain and the bird and the bear, whatever. So I guess find your value, find your vision, find what it is that why you're doing something and what it means to you, and maybe just always zoom back in on that. The podcast I create, these YouTube videos I create, the articles I write on my website, they're all there to accomplish one mission: the digital nomad physician brand, to get physicians to feel more independent, to feel free. As long as I am accomplishing that, I feel very connected. I feel very confident that I'm going to just keep making this content. And yeah, of course, I get plenty of slack. I get comments and stuff like that are negative, but you can fairly easily ignore those. Not only that, you can delete them if you like. You don't have to pay attention to them. But I guess wait until you get the positive responses, because those really carry you far. So if you're shy and if you're afraid, my number one advice is to find that one person in your mind that you're recording that podcast episode for, to keep that one person in mind that you're creating that video for, and that one article that you're writing, write it to that person. You don't have to say their name, but just write that article as if that person's going to read it. And I think you'll see the impact. You'll feel a sense of accomplishment. That's it. I hope this is helpful. I hope this is going to be something that I can direct other physicians to get over their fear of creating content. Yeah, that's it for me. Take care.